do I do just as you say? Why must I just give you your way? Why do I sigh? Why don't I try to forget? It must have been that something lovers call fate kept me saying I had to wait. I saw them all, just couldn't fall till we met. It had to be you.
We met at work.
Yeah, met at work, that's it.
It had to
What was her
be
name?
you.
It was Reese, an underwear institute.
Yeah.
He worked in the office and so did I.
Park Avenue.
That's right.
This was the beginning of Park.
My father used to be so mad because there was a store by the name of H.C. Bohack. It was like a ShopRite, one of those stores, and my sisters, everybody from Maspeth worked down in that office.
Well, they could get a job there.
They could get a job there. My father was so mad because I had to take a trolley car and get on a subway to go to work, but I wanted to work in the city.
Oh, you worked in Manhattan?
I wanted to work in the city.
Park Avenue.
Park Avenue. But my father was furious.
That was the beginning of
And he thought, oh, when Billy went away, I'd come back and work there.
After so many blocks, it was called 4th Avenue.
That's right. But it was, you know, that's why when the war was on, it was the women that were home and had so little to do and, oh, what are you doing tonight, you know? And my sister was always home and her husband too, so she always had somebody, you know? It was the service that, wasn't it the service that you left there?
Well, I went in the service while I was working there.
And after he left to go in the service, I left there too.
He gave me a week's pay every month when I was in
And he was
the
away
war.
4 years, right, Dad?
4 years, 2 months, and 8 days.
Imagine.
How did the two of you meet though? Like where did you meet?
At the office.
Okay, and like what were you doing, Grandma? And how did you guys run into one another?
You know, everybody meets at the water fountain.
And then
That's how it
we
is.
started to date. And before you knew it, the war was
And then the
taking-
old ones, they see the young ones, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah. But I left there when he went in the service. So that was good. And then I went to work at a bank. And he was in the service. He came home after 4 years and I was still waiting. You know.
waiting, when I was down in Washington, right, took the train. It was so packed you stood up like at a subway. That's a 4-hour ride over to her house. By that time it's 9 o'clock. Ring the bell. She's in bed. I could have killed her.
I got up though, Tim. I got up.
Yeah, they was sat on a stoop for a few hours.
Oh yeah, it was a long.
And then next
It was
day,
hard.
Next day went back to
Yeah, to get back
Camp
to
Pickett.
Camp Pickett then. Yeah, but it was it was only 4 years. Then he came home, and we just waited about 9 months, and then we decided to get married. But it wasn't easy because there was nobody home when the war was on. It's all the girls went to movies or someplace. Because, you know, everybody was in the same boat. Their husbands or their boat. I said boat, right? Because they were all in the service. So they said, my 3 brothers went. His brother went. I was getting undressed to go to bed and we heard the bell ring. And I said to my mother, oh, that's Billy coming back. He must have forgot something. And it was my brother from the Pacific.
Wow.
Ah.
Yeah.
We were up all night. My mother was shocked when she seen him. Because, what was it, 3 years he was
Oh
in
my
Italy?
gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, you know, thinking. And then I had another brother that was in the Navy, my younger brother,
John.
John. Oh,
My sister always liked him.
yeah. And
Said he looked like a sailor.
he did.
Yeah.
But when he came home, he was really nervous.
Yeah.
Oh. So here we are, he's home, and those two come home, and oh, everybody was just so happy to see them. So, you know, you had neighbors that really cared for you. You know what I mean? It's not that way today. I don't think, anyway. People were different. You know, when you don't have anything, you have more friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people are not envious of you, but you know, I don't know. Can't explain it, but it's not the same today.
Where'd you guys go for your first date?
Huh?
Where'd you go for your first date?
Oh God.
Probably some movie house.
Yeah.
How'd you propose to her?
Huh?
How'd you propose?
I don't know. He came over one
I
day.
don't remember.
You don't know.
Had the
Come
ring.
over.
Had the ring.
Had the ring, and he came over one day, and he says, "Well, we're going to get married." And I got the calendar, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I got the calendar. Went in the living room and sat there. And we're going to get married November 17th.
It was November.
Just like that.
It rained that day. Too.
And it poured that day.
The day you got married, it was pouring?
It poured
Yeah,
like anything. But you know, it was very hard getting an apartment to live.
Well, I was because all the soldiers that came home from the war
We're getting married.
were getting married.
Wait, so you guys, after you came back, you waited about 9 months and then the two of you got married?
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd you guys get married?
St. Teresa.
In Maspeth,
No, that's not. Yes, no, that wasn't St. Teresa.
St. Stanislaus.
St. Stanislaus.
And the church is still up yet.
Yeah?
We
Oh,
got
yeah.
married.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, St. Stanislaus, right?
What was the name of the church?
St. Stanislaus. Stanislaus, that's a Polish name.
Oh, okay.
Do you guys remember what your wedding was like?
Oh, it was nice.
There was a lot of people, little people, singing,
Oh, a lot
dancing.
of
Oh,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, a lot of people.
Remember who was there?
Oh, all my aunts and his aunts and uncles,
Yeah,
friends.
right.
Billy's one boss came,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, right.
He had a good time. He was
Yeah.
a Jewish man, but he had a good time dancing with all my aunts,
Yeah,
right?
right.
He never
He
forgot.
never married.
No, and he never forgot that because he had such a good time.
Who was your best man, Grandpa?
His brother,
Yeah, my brothers.
his
yeah.
brother, and my sister
There
Muriel.
weren't a lot of men around. Well, I mean, those who were still in the army.
Did you guys have a band at the wedding?
Sure.
Yeah, you remember the name of the band?
Oh
No.
gosh. Gee, I don't know.
Who put the wedding together? Did you, Grandma? You had to put it all
No,
together?
my mother and father,
Okay.
they gave us the reception.
Yeah.
And it was real nice, you know.
Yeah.
And we had everybody sat
Yeah,
down.
served beer.
Yes, sir, beer. Everybody sat down at the table, had a meal.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
In those days, we figured we were lucky that we had a reception like that, right, Dad?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
And then we went to Williams Lake for our honeymoon.
Yeah.
Where's Williams Lake?
It just passed. It's coming down.
It's up in New York?
Yeah, New York, New York.
New York State?
Yeah,
Huh?
New York State.
Oh, yeah, New York City. We were looking to get a room in the house after a while.
He was desperate.
Couldn't get a...
He was desperate,
Oh,
Tim.
yeah.
He wanted to take 2 rooms, and the lady said, "Well, you can have the 2 back rooms, and I'll have the 3 front rooms." You know, I didn't want that. Then this mother knew the man that owned this
Right.
big apartment house.
Right.
He didn't own them. The Metropolitan Life
Yeah, that's a
owned them. They still own them,
Yeah.
as far as I know. They were the first apartment houses that Metropolitan Life built.
yeah,
And because it was Depression times,
yeah.
why they took in government people, because they knew they were going to get paid. So we had a lot of policemen, a lot of firemen in them buildings. We had dumbwaiter service.
And it was through his mother that we got the apartment.
Yeah, well, my mother grew up with the man that was in